You ready? Let's go. 2-minute daily devo for Thursday, March 30th. I'm in the Contemporary English Version today, and our verse of the day comes from the book of James, chapter 4, verse 17. Little context here before we get to today's verse. James was the brother of Jesus. And James, before Jesus died, was a little skeptical and not really sure if Jesus was who he says he was as the Son of God. And it's somewhat understandable. You grow up in the same house and, he's wondering we have the same parents. How does that work? So, it's a little bit understandable. But let me tell you this. After Jesus was crucified and rose again, James became one of the most faithful followers of Jesus Christ. And he went everywhere telling people that Jesus was the Son of God and that we should follow him and that we should follow him wholeheartedly. And James was a very direct writer. He was very to the point. He was like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no one way or the other. This is it. This is the truth. So much so that it comes across maybe a little harsh, but it is the truth. Hey, this is what you and I need to do as followers of Christ. If you say you're a follower, we need to live this way. And today's verse is a perfect example of that. Verse 17 of chapter 4, here's what it says. If you don't do what you know is right, you have sinned. Now, again, that's pretty straightforward, right? He says, hey, if you know the truth and you don't live it, you're a sinner. Well, he's right. That's pretty much how it is, because there isn't a lot of black and white when it comes to, or gray area when it comes to the word. It's black, it's white. It is the truth or it's not. It's kind of, this is what we should do or this is what we shouldn't do. James is right. If you and I have read God's word and we now have the truth inside of us and we know what we should do according to God's word and we don't do it, it's sin. That's pretty much the truth. So I want to tell you today and encourage you in this. Let's do what James says. If we know what's right, let's act like Jesus, because you know what? That's what Jesus would do. There was never a time in Jesus' life where he's walking around and he sees someone that he should minister to, or he sees something that he should do that's right, where he says, oh, you know what? I really don't feel like it. And I'm just going to not do that. Now, is he specifically sinning? Yeah, well, if he knows what's right and he doesn't do it, James here says, yeah, it is. It's not like we're doing something wrong, but we are if we're not doing what we know God would want us to do. So let's be out there. Let's touch people for Jesus. Let's live for Christ. Let's do what's right and not sin. All right, that's it, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.